Alright, this is the first lesson for Algebra 1. We're going to be looking at the coordinate plane and reading graphs. Our objective today, students will review the coordinate plane and read graphs, okay? And it's up there also. These are the steps up here. Identify the form of the graph and match the form of the following forms. Okay, so there are four major forms. Okay, the first one is linear, so it could be a positive linear. These are your steps that are on the side, by the way, but I'm just doing this so in case someone needs it from the recording. You could have a positive linear that looks like that. You could have a negative linear. I'm going to put just NEG linear. Okay, and it's just a line that's from left to right, it goes down. So positive linear goes up, negative linear goes down, okay? That's what's on your notes right there. You see that? Okay, the other form that you could have is positive quadratic. And negative quadratic, okay? So quadratic looks like a U, okay? Positive quadratic has a U shape. Negative quadratic has a U shape and it's pointing the opposite way. Okay. So, for example, positive quadratic, it opens up. It could look like that. Negative quadratic opens the opposite way, it opens down, okay? The next one is called a exponential growth. And that one looks as follows. It starts off small and it grows slowly and then it starts to grow really quickly. That's called an exponential growth. And then there's an exponential decay. Which starts up high and it falls quickly and then it decays slowly, but it keeps decaying and decaying and decaying. Okay, it looks like it's a straight line, but it's not. It's actually going smaller and smaller. Okay, the last set that wasn't on my notes up on the board, but that you should write this in your notes also, is positive cubic. And this is just something you should know. A cubic function and negative cubic. Okay, positive cubic, it starts off from left to right. It goes up, but it goes up and then it curves back down and then it goes up again. So that is a positive cubic. Negative cubic from left to right goes downwards. Okay, and it kind of does this curvy thing, and it could look a different way. So basically what we're doing today is you're looking at a problem and it'll say, what does this graph look like to you? Okay? Does it look like a linear, quadratic, exponential, or cubic function? Okay, and you got to figure out, is it positive or negative? Okay, so you're just telling me, you're just identifying it. You're not doing any math problems. You're not drawing. You're just identifying. Okay. So in my class, what I do is I do a couple of problems. Okay, and the first two problems I do by myself. You're just watching, and there's pencils down. Okay, so at that point you'll have pencils down, and then you'll still watch, and then when I'm done, I'll say, I'm going to have you talk with your neighbor. I'll explain that. And then at that point, then you can write after we're done talking. Okay, so the reason why is I don't want you to be writing while I'm teaching you, because I want you to watch what I'm doing, because it's really important that you watch what I'm doing so that in case your head's down, you don't miss anything. And I feel like students are more successful this way. Okay, so pencils down right now. I'm going to do numbers 1 and 2. Actually, before that, I want to talk to you about one more thing. Parts of the coordinate plane. Okay, just as a review, you all should know what axis this is. What axis is the one that goes left and right, everyone? X-axis, good. And what axis is the one that goes up and down?
Y.
Y-axis, good. Okay, what quadrant is this one? 1. What quadrant is this one? 2. What quadrant is this one?
3.
And what quadrant is this one? 4. Okay, good. So you have the 4 quadrants, okay? So that's just a review. Okay, watch me do numbers 1 and 2. It says identify the form of the graph, okay? So number 1, I'm looking at this and I'm like, this looks like a line, right? Looks like a line. And from left to right, is it going up or is it going down? So I read like a book from left to right. Is it going up or is it going down? It's going up, so I know it's a line, so I know it's linear. And I know it's going up, so it's a positive. Oh, I'm sorry. I know it's a positive linear graph. Okay? And that's it. That's all I'm going to do. So what did I just do? All I did was identify the form of the graph by looking at it. I know this is a line. And then step 2, I said, match the form of the following forms. I know it looks like this one. What's this one called? Positive linear. So that's my answer. That's it. Okay? Watch me do number 2. Pencils down still. Just watch. Number 2 looks like it's curvy like a U. It's definitely not a line. Definitely doesn't look like an exponential graph or a cubic graph. It looks like a quadratic, and it opens down, so it's a negative. What? That's it. Okay, isn't that easy?
Yes.
Yeah, totally easy. Okay, and we're showing you these forms now as like we're opening up the world of algebra to you. These are like the 3 forms or 4 forms you're going to be looking at this year. So you should be able to recognize the different, forms. Okay, does that make sense? Any questions? Okay, so in my class, when I teach, I'll be done teaching. I'll have a lot of talking. So you're going to be a 1 or a 2. So if you're on this side of your row or partners, you're a 1. So I'll be a 1. If you're on this side of your partners, you'd be a 2. All of you here are 2. Okay, so you're all 1s, 2s. You're 1 in the back. 1, 2, 2 in the back. 1s, 2s, 1s, and 2s. And then you could join up with the 2 in the back. Okay. So basically, what I'll do, I'll lead you to say, 1s for this. I want 1s to tell the 2s about number 1. How do we know it's a positive linear? And then when you're done explaining that to your neighbor, switch. 2s are going to talk to the 1s about why this is a negative quadratic. Okay? I need you all to talk. Ready? Go. Okay, again, you're doing number 3. Give you another 10 seconds to write your answer. Okay, let me see your answers. Answers up. Share your eraser. So negative linear is correct. That's the form of this graph, okay? Negative linear. Okay, next, number 4. Here we go. Number 4, tell me what that graph is. You can work with your neighbor kind of to identify it. Correct. Negative cubic. Okay, so you didn't get that right. That is the correct answer. You can see that from left to right, if you read it from left to right, it's going down, so it's negative, right? And it's got a few curves in there, so it's cubic, okay? Next one, number 5. Number 5. Okay, correct. Last one. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Okay, last one. Answers up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Answers up. Okay, excellent. Positive quadratic. Okay, good. So that's all we're learning today. Well, let me see. There might be one more thing. No, that's it. That's all we're learning today. Okay, so what I need you to do is I'm going to come around and pick up the whiteboard markers and the erasers. But while I pick it up, every day after we're done with the lesson, you're going to talk to your neighbor about these questions, and then I'm going to call on you. So take a moment, think about how, you might, or how these questions apply. Okay, I'm going to call on you. And that's it.